1 and day 2 we are at Etihad Towers Observation Deck.
And we're... Thank you. 74. I thought you said 4.
Yours popped twice.
$74. No.
outside in 100-degree heat right in front of Etihad Towers.
Oh, this is. Oh, I thought this was now, are we good built?
We're coming up on Capitol Gate, a building that leans almost 20 degrees off center and is the world's most slanted building. Sheikh Zayed Here is one wing of the Grand Mosque. Everything is built from marble. Thousands of square feet of marble. And absolutely beautiful reflecting pools.
So first of all, I'd like to welcome all of you to Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque public tours. My name is Abdullah. I will be the guide for the next tour, and our tour will take around 60 minutes. The tour will be all in English language. If you prefer the tour to be in any other languages, you have the other option. It is the audio guide. It is a self-tour that you can tour the mosque by yourself. Available behind this wall. More than 11 languages, free of charge. If you are happy with the English language and you're happy with the 60 minutes, I think you are in the right place. In our tour, we'll be using a system. It's called GTS. It stands for Group Touring System. It's not translations. The idea behind it, I don't have to shout like what I'm doing now. Each one of you will be having a device, the blue one, with the headset. I will have my device with a microphone. What I will sit through the device, you will hear it through the microphones. So let's start our tour from the other side of the mosque, so just please follow me to the other side. If you want the audio guide, take the first lift. For the audio guide from here, it's for the tour guiding, or follow me. Each one of you will be having a blue device with the headset. What you need to do, you need to plug the headset or the headphone in the top of the device. I mean here. Because you find the other one on the side. Leave it, doesn't work. Please plug it to the top, and then you can switch on the device from this control button here. After that, you can enjoy my voice. If you don't like my voice, switch it off, that's it. The channel is already set to channel number 3, so please don't change the channel. Keep it number 3. I'll ask one more thing to do it like one straight line, one cue to be easier, faster, better, quicker, nicer. We proceed to the table, my friend Mohammed will help you with the device.
So our tour about to begin. We all have headsets, so you can speak and we can hear clearly.
Good afternoon again. Special welcome to Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque public tours. As I said over there about my name is
Abdullah.
If I have 39 persons in front of me, they don't know my name, I can't leave, by the way. Are you sure?
Yes.
Didn't I change my name?
Abdullah.
Like this is better?
Yes, yes.
Okay. My name is Abdullah. I will be your guide for the next 60 minutes from now. Our tour will be started from the corridors or the arcades of the mosque. I'll try to finish this area completely. After that, I will give you like a small briefing about the courtyard, the whole wide area here. Once we finish the courtyard, that means we finish the outside area of the mosque. What comes after outside?
Inside.
Inside. Inside the mosque, we will start with the foyer. It's like our entrance. And the last step will be inside the main prayer room itself. The bad news is, what is the bad news? Shows it's fine. But you see in the small white table there, we have to look for it. Wherever it will be, we have to follow this white table. Because we need to return the devices to the same table here. So after we finish the tour, we need to look for this table here. And my friend, this is the bad news one. Before we start our tour, just a quick reminder about the rules of the mosque. I think to help you to enjoy your tour with me for today. For the ladies, really, I appreciate it if you remain your hair covered with a scarf all the time, please. Try to cover it properly, outside, inside. It will be windy sometimes, but now you are perfect. Anyone of you want to take a pictures during my tour? Who want to take a pictures? All everybody? If you need to take a pictures in the outside area of the mosque, it's allowed, no problem. But if you need to take a pictures inside the building, also it's allowed, no problem. The only problem is if you want to take a pictures for your guide. I don't mind, but make sure that I'm smiling. If I'm not smiling, good for me. My smiles, it will be each two. I'll give you smiles each 2 to 3 minutes, try to catch it. Then you want to download or upload my pictures in the Facebook and Instagram, anywhere, I don't mind. But leave a nice comment. He was a handsome guy. He was any nice comment. If you need to use the facilities of the mosque, like the washroom area, it will be to the end of the corridors. Take the escalators downstairs. This corner for the females, other minutes there will be for the men. Once you'll be inside the main prayer room, you'll find the shelves. It will have boxes. This is the holy book of Quran, so please avoid to touch these boxes. Inside the main prayer room, not allowed to eat or drink. So if you need to drink water, make sure you do it before you go inside. If you've been inside, you want to drink water?
No.
Look around you.
No.
No security? Drink. There is nothing to hide it. Okay, we agree? Inside the main prayer room, not allowed to sit. So if you feel tired, you want to sit, tell me, I'll bring you a chair. Please, I'm talking seriously, okay? Please don't sit in the ground. The security will make my day. So just ask me, I'll bring you a chair. In any case of emergency, when you hear the alarm, beep, 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 nothing has happened before, but if something will happen, don't run. Follow this tall guide here, okay? We have 3 assembly points. You see the white column here? I want to please also see the white column there. See the huge one? It will be our first assembly point. Same place, but on the other side will be the second one. Third one, if we will leave the mosque, the main entrance, the small water fountains there, it will be the assembly point for us. So please, don't run, follow. You need to know anything more before we start?
Your height.
This is a common question, by the way. You need to know about my height.
6'5".
I will tell you about my height during the tour. Leave it. It will be one of the main parts of the tour to tell you about my height.
You have to write it on the Facebook. You know how tall you are.
Yeah, but I promise you, I will tell you, no problem.
Okay.
Promise. So let's start the tour, but before we start, I need to ask you, everybody, something. You know where we are now? Do you know where we are?
Sheikh Zayed Mosque.
I get some uncommon answers and I get some other perfect answers. What I mean? Sometimes when I ask the visitors where we are now, they told me we are in the Grand Mosque. I don't like these answers.
No, we are in the north.
I don't mean north or south. What I mean, the perfect answer when you say Sheikh
Zayed
Zayed,
Mosque.
then Grand Mosque. Why it's really important for me to tell you about the full name of this mosque? I just can't tell you it's the Grand Mosque and we are happy. why have to use Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque? You know why? Because I'm living here in this country only for the last 6 months. Don't look at my dress, I'm not from here, really. For the first time when I've been here in this country, I've been in a city they call it Dubai. Do you hear about it?
Yes.
I've been in Dubai 3 times in my life. Maybe today to be the 4th one, I don't know, I don't decide yet. In Dubai there is one road, it's have all these high towers, and I heard it is a main road, they call it Sheikh Zayed Road. I was driving my car from Dubai towards Abu Dhabi. When I reached Abu Dhabi, I passed through that bridge over there, which it have the rectangular shape. You see it, the bridge?
Yeah.
They told me that bridge there, they call it Sheikh Zayed Bridge. Then I found the tunnel. They told me this tunnel, it's a Sheikh Zayed Tunnel. I reached the last point in Abu Dhabi, it was the port. And they called it Zayed Port. Yesterday, my friends, they called me, Abdullah, you want to play a soccer? I said, yes. Where? They said in Zayed Stadium. But after that, I've been really confused. I asked myself, Zayed or Sheikh Zayed? Who is this person? He's a VIP or what? His name is everywhere here. I pick my phone and I call one of my local friends. I asked him, who's Zayed? He asked me, you don't know him? I said, no. He asked me, do you been here in this country 45 years ago? I said to him, now I'm only 20 years old, so it's really impossible for me to be 45 years old. But what was here? He asked me again, do you been in a desert safari? Do you been in desert safari? I said, yes. He asked me, how was the desert? I said, sand dunes. He told me Abu Dhabi, Dubai, the whole country, it was like a sand dunes 45 years ago. I can't believe him. Why? When you look nowadays here, it's a huge difference. I asked him, what's happened? He told me a wise man, his name was Zayed or Sheikh Zayed. He came by an idea, he wanted to make a united between 7 different states to make it like one federal country. It's called now United Arab Emirates. So always when they said Zayed or Sheikh Zayed, he's the founder of this country. You know when he said Sheikh Zayed, Sheikh it's like your excellency, but his name is Zayed. You know nobody it's called him Zayed or Sheikh Zayed. They called him like our father Zayed. I will ask you, when you have a person, you don't have any relation with him, no relative, and you called him like your father, what does that mean? If everybody in a country, they called one person as a father, what that means? Think about it. I'll tell you a very nice story. It was about, I think, 25 years ago. They came by an idea, they want to build a church here in Abu Dhabi. Build a church in Abu Dhabi. It wasn't a problem. The problem, it was the location. Why? Because they decided to put it next to a mosque. At that time, all the locals people, especially the old one, they asked Zayed, how do you allow them to build a church next to a mosque? You know what he said to them? He said, here's the mosque if you want to pray in the mosque, and here's the church if you want to pray in the church. If you ask me now why he think to build such big white mosque here, I'll tell you for the same idea. First of all, it is a mosque to pray, it is a mosque to praying, I have no doubt about that. But he wanted the idea to exceed that. He wanted to be a big communication place between different cultures. I can say that simply, and I'm really sure about it. The idea behind this building to be a big gift from Sheikh Zayed to all of the nations. And it's really an important point to know about the idea behind this building. The idea to build this building or this mosque, it was in 1986. I'm talking about the idea, just like around 29 years ago. But the construction started officially in 1996. If you think about it, it's around 10 years just for designing and planning this mosque. If I would design a house nowadays, only 1 month. This mosque took around 10 years. Why? This is only the designing period because the construction started in 1996, but the mosque, they opened it officially in 2007. So it's around other 11 years for the construction of the mosque. I am the tour guide here, but this history, it not make sense for me. 10 years for designing, 11 years for the construction. Why? Any questions? Start with why. The answer starts with because. Okay. So to know the answers with because, it will be my tour today. My tour is very simple. Because of these things, this mosque took around 11 years. Are you ready for the because thing? Yes. Let's start from the center. Because we'll be in the center because. Because once you be here in the center, you go straight this way or this way, you'll find one of the special things that you can see it here in this mosque. Special things? What I mean. You can see the symmetrics. This mosque itself a lot of the symmetrics. The first symmetrics that you can see it, the symmetrics of the columns. The number of the columns in your right hand side and left hand side will be exactly the same. And now we are standing in the center. In the whole outside area of the mosque, it is around 1,000 columns of this piece. The number, it's not really important because they can put even 1 million columns here. Nothing special. The special thing when you put a special material in each column, they use a Greek white marble. Why? A pure type of marble which is not absorbing the water. So it helps us here with the humidity, especially in summer. But I'm not interested in the white marble. I'm more interested in the flowers, which is in the white marble. From far away, the flowers for me, it seems like a paintings. I said from far away, the flowers for me, it seems like it is a paintings. But once you see it from closer distance, you will understand that those flowers here are not a painting at all. All the flower works. In the marble, it is different types of semi or semi-precious stones, which is inlaid with a white marble. When I said semi-precious stones, I'm talking about mother of pearl, lapis lazuli, emerald, we have jade, ruby, all these types. It is inlaid with a white marble. Who's good in math here? Will help me. Who's good in math?
Who's good enough?
I need your help. You see this panel here? How many panels each face? 6. 6 by 3?
18.
How many columns?
1,000.
18 mil.
18,000 panels, all are hand painted. So when I told you this mosque, it took around 11 years. Smile for me. I think it's a very short period. Okay? This is about the white columns here. What about the white columns there in the outside area of the mosque? The huge one, you see it? The bigger ones? It seems like it is a lighting system. Yes, it's a lighting system. What is special about the lighting system? The lighting system of this mosque, it works automatically with the moon veins. Do you understand anything? For me, I don't understand anything. For me, they just give me information and I'm repeating this information today. What that means, I don't know, I need your help. When we have a full moon, which color to be the full moon?
Yellow.
Full moon.
White.
White.
At evening, the mosque will have a white lights. But when we have a crescent, they consider the crescent to be like something dark blue. So the mosque will have a dark blue lights at the evening. That means the lighting will start from the dark blue when it is crescent. Then it will change from night to night, then black light. Next night, much more light. Next night, much more light. Until pure white when it is full moon. Then again like darker. Automatically. Nobody can control it. So it's a magic.
Technology.
It's just a tour guide job. You know what's a tour guide job? It's everywhere. To make a big story from small things. If you think about this, just the technology, programming, softwares, nothing automatic. Software works. Something easy, okay? You see the water pools here? Not for swimming, not for fishing, just a reflection pools. At the evening time, when you have the lights in the mosque, you'll find amazing reflection of the building itself on the water here. The other function of these pools, it play a role in the ventilation. What I mean, the location of the mosque, it is elevated from the ground level by around 10 feet. So it's like a hill, and the mosque above the hill. When you are above the sea level, the wind flow, it's expected to be more. So when the wind passes through the water pools and the water fountains, it's supposed to give us some ventilation according to Vietnam. You ask me in summer it works? Until in summer something, it's better than nothing. I think I finished this part now, I'll move to the other part. Please watch your step. Mosque step in the photograph. Watch your step, please don't fall down. You don't have insurance.
You standing here or?
No, we'll walk.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, while we are walking now, we are walking through the courtyard.
Watch your step.
The courtyard here is a praying area. They are praying in this area. When the inside area is completely full, we'll start to begin. Around 81,000 people that will pray in the courtyard. Only 81. The weather in Abu Dhabi is a very nice weather. June and July. It's snowing all the day in Abu Dhabi. The Muslims have a special day of prayers, which is Friday. The Friday prayer is around 12:30 at the noon time, or 1 o'clock. Let's say on Friday the inside area people, they need to use the outside area for praying. How they can pray in a white marble. They teach us that the white things reflect the sunlight, the black things absorb the heat of the sunlight. So we have a white marble that reflects sunlight. There is a white marble, or there are white marble everywhere, and it's still hot for this one here. Now I need the people who study physics here. I can't lie. I want to start the line now. Listen to me now. If you take a piece from the marble here, you put it, for example, under the microscope, you'll find out that the voids of this marble it is really large. So this marble, it's absorbed the humidity at the evening time, or it's absorbed the water. And you know that the heat capacity of the water is high. So they said the humidity or the water itself, it could isolate the heat from the water. That's what they told me. The whole courtyard was done piece by piece by around 400 workers. Two different types of the white marble used in the courtyard. 80% of it is Italian marble, and the other 20% is called Bacrana. Bacrana marble, the same marble is never touched for any hands. What in your minds, if you want to have an engineer title for your name, it is smart. Do you agree with me? If you need to call you engineer, it is smart. The engineers, because they are smart, they try to use any gap for any reason. When I came here, I found those gaps between the marbles. They asked me, it's a little bit huge. It's for the expansion of the marble, like different temperature, summer and winter. They told me it could be for that, but the engineers use it for something extra. They use it as a main drainage system of the water. When it rains, when they are cleaning this area, the water goes between the gaps. It's better than to put like a hole here. It will damage the whole view of this courtyard. In each corner of the courtyard, you'll find one piece, one towers or the minarets. Those towers or the minarets, it's used for a function which is the calling of the prayer. When they are giving the announcement of the praying, like Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Do you hear this guy? He's not singing, he's calling for the prayer. 1,000 years ago, before the Sony and the Panasonic microphones, go to the top there and shout, nobody will get him. But in the past, it was like a small towns, and they designed the mosque in the center, so when you go for the prayer, everybody can hear him. Nowadays, the call of the prayer is still live, not a record. The inside there of the mosque, using the microphone. So I'm sure now you need to ask me, if you don't use the minarets anymore for calling the prayer, why still design it in a mosque? It's just designing things, simple. So when you are far away, you will see a minaret, oh, there is a mosque in that area. But if you find a mosque without any minaret, it's completely fine. In the top of each minaret, and the top of each dome, it is a 24 carats of golden leaves. And the golden leaves itself, it's covered in the top by an Italian mosaic glasses. But in the top of each one of these columns, there's a shape of tree. See the tree? Which tree is it? Strawberry? Dead palm trees. Why? The mosque cannot be in this area. The dead palm tree in the top of each column is just a fake one. It's not the real gold. Aluminium, it has some chemicals, giving this thing the yellowish color. So if you want to take it, all for you. The real one over there, I have a plan at 2 o'clock in the morning today. We'll do it 50-50, you want to share with me. We'll decide that later. Now go to the tour. One thing before we go inside, if you look at the flowers here in the main entrance, one of the main questions to me, they always ask me which type of glue they use for the flowers here. I told them they use super glue. No glue at all. All the work here, it was a carved work. They carved the wall here, the same thing on the other side. We need to go to the air condition now, I think, but we need to take off our shoes in the brown shurags there before we go inside the mosque. The important question is why they remove their shoes before they go inside the mosque, just to keep the inside area clean. No religious point behind that. I'm praying here, I can't play with my shoes. One thing, the strollers, children's strollers, you need to keep it outside. Wheelchairs, it's fine.
Why this gap in the vertical walls also? No drainage problem.
You have a question here about why they have a gap in the marble here. I'll see about that inside.
Shoes coming up.
first of all, it is like an entrance that you can enter the main prayer room and the minor prayer room from it. Once all the prayer rooms is full, we use the foyer as a praying area. So entrance and the praying area. When the foyer is full, they start to use the courtyard as a praying area. The interesting thing for me, in the foyer, if you agree with me about that, flowers everywhere. Flowers in the ground, flowers in the wall, flowers in the ceiling. The visitors sometimes, they've been in a mosque before this mosque and they always ask me, do you have a big amount of flowers here in this mosque? Why? I said to them, I don't know. I have to check with the management. I asked the management of this mosque, why do you have big amount of flowers in this mosque? They told me, as Muslims, it's forbidden for them to design any shapes of humans or any picture in the mosque. They believe that they have a direct communication with their prayers, so instead of that, they design the flowers here in this mosque. I stopped them. I told them, leave it like a white marble, it will be fine. They said no. The designers, when they designed this mosque, they tried to take inspirations or imaginations from the description of the heaven or the paradise in the Holy Book of Quran. Because in the description there are promises to be like garden, full of trees, full of flowers. Of course, 200 million person, it's not like this one. Why? This is a human being idea. What about the one who created all the humans? We want the visitors only to feel at peace when we get to the mosque. There is something interesting about the flowers here. You know what? The flowers designer. What's interesting about him? His name is interesting. What's interesting in his name? His name is Kevin Dean and he is from England. Someone from England designed the flowers in a Muslim's mosque in Abu Dhabi. This story is complicated. I can't understand it. You know why? I'm always asking myself, it's allowed for everybody to share to build a mosque. Here we want to prove something and there is a big misunderstanding about this point. Our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, when he passed away. Do you know the shield? We use it in the past to protect yourself. When he passed away, his shield, it was with one of the Jewish. So he's dealing with all religions. They want everybody to understand. We can understand each other's to go up together, find something beautiful. So they want to prove this thing. They brought Kevin Dean from all the way from England to Abu Dhabi to design the flowers here in this mosque. And he's a good designer. You know why? The earth or the hemisphere, we can divide it generally into 3 parts. What I mean? North part, center, and south. Agree with me? The mosque is still 3 parts. We are in the center, north on that side, south on the other side. The flowers, you'll find it in the north side of the mosque. You should find the same types of flowers on the north side, from the earth and hemisphere. Flowers on the south side of the mosque, same type. Flowers on the south side from the earth or the hemisphere. Center side of the mosque, tropical types of flowers. What is special about the flowers on the ground here? Each single flower in the ground, it seems like it is a single piece of marble. But if you look to it clearly, you find out no. Each flower is like a small piece of marble. The marble we cut it with the water jet, so it gives you like 0 edges or sharp edges. When you join any 2 pieces together, you need to feel the joints between the pieces. My voice is clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay. The same mechanism or the same technique that's used for the flowers here in the walls. Small pieces with the water jet joins together. For your information, it's around 37 different colors of the marble, from the natural colors of the marble. They use it here in this mosque from around 28 different countries. All natural colors. Flowers everywhere. Even the chandelier here, it's like a cute flower shape. I said cute because it is one of the 7 chandeliers here in this mosque, but it is just one of the smallest chandeliers in this mosque. If this one is one of the smallest, what is the biggest? It will be inside. If you will go inside, using the door in the center would be lucky. You know why? Because the door in the center, it weighs around 17 tons, 17,000 kilograms. Why? It's made from steel. Not all the steel, which is really making this door heavy, it is the flowers in the glasses. See the flowers there? The flowers in the glasses, it is a layer of glass in the center between 2 other layers of glasses. To make it easier for you, it goes like club sandwiches. Same thing. For your information, all of the glasses here in this mosque, it is from the Italian Murano glasses from Venice, and all 3 layers, one in the center, to protection. He asked me questions outside about the gaps between the marbles. I don't know about that one there, but I'll tell you about these holes here in the door. You see the one in the wall? The holes? Why do you think we have these holes here? Think about the weight of the door and answer my question. 17 tons. If it's open, the pressure could break the wall. So they make these holes to release the pressure inside the wall. Nothing's wrong. This one is cute, let's go inside. This is the one which is not cute. We'll talk about it later. Reads underneath the same question everywhere. Where we are now, we are in the main prayer room of Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque. As long as it is the main one, it should be something minor. It's the minor ones. Behind the wooden doors here, and the wooden doors on the other side, you have 2 minor prayer rooms and you have 1 main. So how many prayer rooms in total? 3. If you have 3 prayer rooms, they should have a different function of each prayer room, or otherwise you can't make it like only one praying area. Why did you divide the prayer rooms? It should be different functions. You know, I need your help. You help me or you leave me alone? I need the help. Because since I've been here in this country 6 months ago, I hear about that the Muslims who live here in this country, they are praying 5 times in a day. Did you hear about that? Every day 5 times? I'm not sure about it. You know why? I was here at the noon time today, which is Friday. This prayer room was completely full with the people who are praying. They have the next praying time from now, they call it Maghrib, which means the sunset prayer. They will not be praying here, they'll be praying in one of the minors, and even the minor prayer room, it will not be even full. So what, they only pray on Friday and their special day, which is the noon prayer, and the other days are optional for them, or what's going on? I pick my phone, they call one of my Muslim friends. I ask him, do you pray 5 times in a day? He said, yes. I said, where do you pray? He told me, wherever I am. I said, what do you mean? He told me in his work, they have a prayer rooms. In the shopping mall, they have prayer rooms. If you are driving in the highway, in the gas station, prayer room. Now it is the time for the prayer, any mosque or any prayer room. Next to you, pray in it. You don't have to stick for a special mosque. I said to him, if you can't pray wherever you are, why do you make too much crowd in the mosque on Friday at the noon time? Pray wherever you are. They said no, they have something like Friday ceremony or Friday lecture, which is happening all in the big prayer rooms to have a big gathering for the ceremony itself. But the prayers, you can do it anywhere they are. I've been smarter than him. I look like a smart guy.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Only when I want, you know. I asked him, you can pray wherever you are? He said yes. I said, what about if you are doing desert safari? In the desert, no prayer rooms. What you will do in this case? He told me as long as there is no walkable distance, mosque or a prayer room next to you, you can pray wherever you are. I said, in the sand? He said, yes, in the sand. I asked him how? He said, the one who creates you can see you anywhere you are. Now I get the different functions of prayer rooms. The minor prayer rooms, they use it for the ordinary 5-time prayers. The main prayer room, they use it for the big gathering days such as Friday. The minor prayer rooms, each one is for around 1,500 worshippers, but the biggest one here for around 8,000 of them. Not exactly 8,000, because if all of them like my size, 7,255. You know, this country, they consider me like extra large. I'm really normal, but maybe they are short. The special thing about that, that all of the 8,000 people who will be here in this prayer room will have something special, including all of us now. What is the special thing? Now we are standing in the biggest single piece of carpet in the world. We use in this carpet raw materials, it's around 47 tons. Most of it was the wool from New Zealand. They mix it with silk, cottons, then they collect all these materials in a city called Mashhad in Iran. So it is a virgin carpet. In Mashhad, around 1,200 ladies, they worked in this carpet for around 2 years. So it was completely handmade or handwork. Anyone, if you have a knife? Don't use the knife for the lunch, bring it tomorrow. Go to the center when you bring it tomorrow. The key is something else. You have one? It will not be enough. I need it for a harder mission. Go to the center, cut the carpet from the center. The security will be angry from you, no problem. But you'll find that this, after you cut the carpet, this part of the carpet will be 100% the same with the other part over there. The carpet again happens to be false. The carpet designer's name is Dr. Ali Khaliqi from Iran. But all these things are not important for me. Believe me, not important. The important thing for all of us now, how did they put the one-piece carpet inside this prayer room? Usually when I ask the visitors, they told me it's really clear. There are lines in the carpet, and those lines in the carpet will be the joint lines for the carpet. Do you agree with them?
I see lines, but no, I don't.
If those lines are joined lines, that means I'm a liar. It will not be one piece, it will be a 32 pieces. So you have to choose between the lines or me. The lines are joined lines? No. Thank you for trusting me. Those lines here are not joined lines. You know why? If those lines are not joined lines, why do they use it here? You know, I was watching a documentary in CNN. They are broadcasting something about an event that will happen soon for the Muslims, Hajj pilgrimage. It was interesting for me to watch that documentary. You know why? Because they are broadcasting some videos about a black cube or a black building. They are going around it. You see that before? This building like this. What they called it?
Cup.
I don't remember that. Maybe it's something like Mecca? Maybe it's like Mecca. The thing which confused me when I was watching them in the TV, they said around 3 million Muslims they are doing pilgrimage in Mecca. I said 3 million in one place. Do you trust CNN? I can't trust them. Can you come a little bit closer? Give them space just to pass behind you. If the 3 million they are praying in one building, if you saw them when they are praying, you'll find all of them they are lining up in a straight lines. How they can form these straight lines? How long they need? It's made especially for them to show them where they should line up. So when I see the line, I know that I will line up here. I see the line, I will line up here. I see the line, I will line up here. So for that reason, found them they are all in straight lines. So this is the organizing system for them when they are praying. But what is my place? Where should I stand? Who will be next to me? Who will decide that? Nobody. We are the first group in the mosque. We don't know each other. So we go all of us to the center of the first line. They will fill the center. They will fill the first line from the center to the sides. Once it is completely full, second line from the center to the sides. Completely full, next line. If I have an 8,000 people in this prayer room in about 5 minutes, all of them will be in straight lines. Why? Each one know where they should stand. There is a space here, fill the space. This line is full, you start a second line. No booking, no reservation. You come first, fill the gap first. You know when they are praying, they are doing something a little bit confusing. I don't know why they are doing it, but I will share it with you. They put their fingers like that in the lines, and they start to stand feet to feet, shoulder to shoulder. No space between them. I asked them, why you stand close to each other like that? They told me they will feel like they will be equal. It doesn't matter who's the one who's next to you, and they'll feel like they will be united while they are praying. I'm sorry I wasted your time with the lines, but those lines here are not the joined lines. If those lines are not the joined lines, how do they put the carpet? The truth is, they put the carpet first, then they build the mosque. Take it or leave it.
I take it.
What others?
Yeah,
And take.
he'll take it.
No, I don't take it.
leave it. The truth is, this carpet, when they finish it there in Iran, they did it in 9 pieces. It wasn't 1 piece. This carpet was like 9 pieces. The 9 pieces from there to here in 2 airplanes, 2 aircrafts. Don't ask me fly Emirates, Highways, and all about that. The workers that came from there to here, they completed the work here. Joined the pieces together, cut them between the columns. Now it is a single piece of carpet. This carpet now it's covered around 6,000 square meters. And it weighs only around 35 tons. Are you following with me?
Yes.
I have a doubt. Because there is something wrong from what I said right now and nobody's stopping me. Everything's right? Nothing's wrong? Even though you have been here. I told you the raw materials it's around 47 tons. And I told you now it weighs only 35. 12 tons. Nobody asked me about it. What is it? Shaving. Oh my God, you've been here before? You see those lines here in the carpet? The thickness of each line, it was the real thickness of the whole carpet. That means any area between 2 lines it's been shaped. Why did they do it in this way? If you visit any other mosque, you'll find only some drawings or some signs in the carpet that shows the worship line up. Here, why they shaped the carpet? First of all, they don't want to disturb the view of the carpet. Only once you come closer, you can see where is the line. If you look over there, it will be like 1 piece. Second thing, for the people who can't see the lines, they can feel the lines. Long story about the carpet. But you didn't finish it. Look to the colors of the carpet, especially this circle here. For your information, all of the colors used in the carpet, it's like natural, organic colors. No any chemicals that you see here in this carpet. For example, the red colors in the carpet, it is saffron. What about the green ones? Lettuce? Mint? Something organic. Okay, I don't know what's it exactly. Look to the colors of the carpet in this circle and try to find a matching between the colors of the carpet with the colors of the chandelier. There is a matching, but not like 100%. The idea of the designers, they wanted to feel it, like this chandelier here, start to rain, it rains heavily in the carpet. After that, the colors spread or distribute in the carpet. Use your imagination to understand them. For me, I can't. For you, do your best. The chandelier here, it is the biggest chandelier in this mosque. It used to be the biggest one in the world, not anymore. There is another one now, but this one is just the biggest one here. It weighs around 12 tons. It's made in Germany from steel, gilded with the gold, Murano glasses from Venice, Swarovski crystals from Austria, and LED lights. Many things together. The important thing for us, what will be supporting the 12-ton chandelier? This chandelier fall down here, what will happen to us? Risk. This chandelier has 2 different parts. The lower part and the upper one, that's right? Inside the upper part, there is a staircase. They use it for maintenance and cleaning reasons. How they can go up there? They put scaffoldings here. The Swarovski crystals is not a fixed part. It is movable, so it could move for 1 meter down. We use the stairs to go inside the chandelier. Clean it. I didn't answer the question yet. There is a stairs inside. What will be supporting the chandelier? Above of the chandelier, there is a glass tube. You see the glass tube? Yes. Inside this glass tube, there are 3 steel cables. The 3 steel cables could carry 40 tons. And the chandelier weighs only 12. We are on the safe side. My next question is, what will be supporting the cables itself?
The dome.
The dome. The structure of the dome, and this dome here is the biggest dome out of 82 domes here in this mosque, in 7 different sizes. Why it is only 82? Why you don't put like 100 domes? Why they put especially 82? What does 82 mean?
Number 10.
Numbers come together? It is 71.
Number 10.
82 domes, because this is just an engineering issues, depends on the size of the mosque. If you will have a bigger mosque than this one, it will be more than 82. Smaller mosque, less than 82. Nothing special about 82, okay? All the domes from the inside areas have the Moroccan or Moorish design. If anyone of you been in Spain, who been in Spain? Alhambra, Granada, Cordoba, you hear about this area? It's in Spain. Historical area. Here to Syria. They came from Egypt, it's Egyptian. They came from wherever there, we find something here. You know why? This is the idea behind the mosque, and I told you about that clearly in the outside area. Different cultures, one small building without any conflict. The designers, when they designed this mosque, from where they got that idea? You know from where? From this country. When I looked at this country in the map, what I found is like a small point. This country, it's like a small point in the map. But in this small point, it's had more than 240 nationalities together. 240 cultures together in one place without any conflict. The multi-cultures in the country, it reflects in designing this mosque. The dome support the chandelier. What will be supporting the dome itself? If you need the answer from the civil engineers, they are complicated, leave them. If you need the answer from the tour guide, I will tell you the columns around us, it will be supporting the dome. So let's talk about the columns. I need to talk. Inside this prayer room, we have a 96 columns like this one. We find that the columns are being concentrated around the main three domes to be the main support of the domes and the chandeliers together. For your information, all of these columns, it's like an earthquake proofs. Understand me? Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm a DJ by the way. Each one of these columns, they made it from the Greek white marble, like the one in the outside. The difference here, it is fully inlaid with the mother of pearl. Mother of pearl. With white marble. It makes something easy at all. When they brought this thing to the mosque, it wasn't like a single piece, it was like 4 pieces. What is the 4 pieces? First one, second one, third one, and the last one. If you have 4 pieces, you should have some joints. Here is a horizontal joint. If you have a horizontal one, you should have vertical ones. What about the vertical ones?
Are they covered in the marble? In
It
the
wasn't
pearl?
straight. They curved with the flower shape here.
Yeah.
What for you? If I gave you a piece of marble, I mean a piece of paper, and I ask you to do it like that, for me it's really hard. What about the marble? I told them the outside, the engineers, they will use any gap for any reason. They found a gap here between any 4 colors. Did they use it for something? Yes. For what? For the air conditioning system. The fan here, when it works, it will work to absorb the hot air. Exhaust, hot air is going out, and it will give us the cold air from the small holes in the top of each color. This system, as a structure, it's have an idea from the past. You've been in the heritage village? You've seen any old type of Arabic houses? We designed a towers in the center of the house for cooling in the past. They call it the wind towers. They want to have the same style, but with modern technology. There is something strange in this mosque. It's a little bit confusing for me. When I look around me in this mosque, I found out that all the walls have the same design, except one wall, it is completely different. Which wall is a different one, and why it is different? That one there? But why? You are right, I can see that one is different. Why? I don't know the answer yet. But why? Why do we think the left one? Why it should be the right? The right? Let's go there to the center, we'll try to find out the answer, because for me I'm still thinking about it.
Obviously has something to do with that.
This wall here, it's really different. My friend, or he said over there, that these walls have the writing, so it will be the different one. I will ask in other way, why they put the writings in this one, but in the other one there? Why they put it in this direction?
I think is a Kaaba is this side
What that means, if the Kaaba is this one.
with the they prayer in
They
this
pray.
direction.
Exactly.
Pray toward Mecca.
What I hear that the Muslims, when they are praying towards one direction. Do you hear about that before? All of the Muslims, they are praying towards one direction. They are praying towards what?
Kaaba.
Mecca.
I I know only one direction. Give me 3 answers. Why? Some of you, this is Mecca. I agree with you 100% you are right. I heard some other, they said Al-Kaaba. My manager approved my leave, I will be on leave. I will book a cruise ship and I will go to the Atlantic Ocean. Once you've been in the Atlantic, there is an area. If you've been in this area, you will find out that all the distance from this area towards Mecca or Al-Kaaba will be same. Now, no one is shorter. Now, which one will go? Al-Kaaba goes like a cube. So on each point from the earth, we can face to it. If you just imagine in your minds that more than 1.7 billion Muslims in the world, they are praying towards one point. Why? To make themselves confused which direction have to be faced? No. The idea behind that, just to be all of them united while they are praying. So if you are in this point, which all the distance are same, choose any one of them, because at the end you'll be facing Al-Kaaba itself. In your rooms in the hotel, there is like an arrow on the ceiling. Here, not any arrow on the ceiling. It's supposed to be some other sign. When you visit any mosque, in the center of the mosque, you find a semi-circle shape like this one. They call it in Arabic al-mihrab. It's like the niche. So when you see it, you know here's the praying direction. And instead of the arrow in the hotel, you put something like that in the mosque. The one who designed it here in this mosque, he added something extra in the designing. What did he add? These 3 devices with you, sorry, with all respect, each one is cost $1,500. So if I lose one, they will let me go for it. So just take care about it, okay? So this one here shows you the praying direction when you come to the mosque. But the same shape it will be in all mosques, but the one who designed it here, he adds something extra in the design. You know what he adds? He adds these waves. 2 different colors, the golden and the white color. You know why? Because the one who designed it here in this mosque, he wants these waves to look like a rivers. You know the rivers? Like Nile, Mississippi, Amazon. But which rivers he wants to imagine? The rivers that they are promises to have it in the paradise. They are promises that they will have a rivers like the life rivers? Not at all. It will be rivers from honey to the golden colors and the rivers from milk to the white colors. Rivers from honey and milk and the paradise, of course. 200 million person will be like this one. Because if you know how it looks like, we'll do it here. No need for the other one. But of course, to be much more better from our imagination, so we work harder and harder for it. Today it is Monday. What's the day? Friday. Friday, what they call it in Arabic?
Juma.
If someone asks you what they call Friday in Arabic, for me, I don't know. I'm still learning Arabic, but I think they said Jum'ah. I think something like that, yes, from my knowledge. If someone asks you what's today, today it's Jum'ah in Arabic. But if someone asks you what does Jum'ah means, you will say Friday, it will be a wrong answer. Because if you translate Jum'ah from Arabic to English, it means gathering. So it's like the gathering day for them. On the gathering day, at the same time of the noon prayer, all of them, they will have a ceremony or a lecture. The person who will give the ceremony will be standing here in this wooden pulpit, facing this direction. Everybody will be sitting here, listening to him when he gives the ceremony or the lecture. I'm asking them always, why he stands there and all of you sitting here? Why is higher than everybody? That only so everybody can see him. Is it only to see him? It's only to see him. No. So the size of the
projection
depends on the size of the prayer room. Large prayer room, big pulpit. Small prayer room, small pulpit. For your information, the whole pulpit here, it's made only from a single piece of tree. It is cedar wood and it's made in Syria. That means we are sustainable mosque. We use only one single piece of tree to do the whole thing here. Save the environment also. This is about the niche and about the pulpit. What about your guide name?
Abdullah.
Abdullah is my name. My name, Abdullah, it is component between 2 different things. The first part, it's Abd. Second part, it's Allah. Not one name, Abdullah. It is Abd, Allah. I have a friend of mine, he worked with us here and his name is Abdul Rahman. His name also starting with Abd, but the second parts are different. This will be common really in the area here. There is a lot of names starting with Abd. But what all of these names means? First of all, look at the big circle there on the wall. What's written inside the circle, this is the way how they are writing Allah or God in Arabic. For your information, just like a calligraphy, writing style, scripts, like when you write in English, A, double L, A-H, this is the way in Arabic. So it's not necessary to be in the mosque, it's not used for praying. You know why? The visitors, they ask me, we've been in the blue mosque in Turkey, nothing in the wall. It's fine. So just design it here in this mosque. Beside the big circle, there are flowers with 5 leaves. You see the flowers? Each one of these flowers, the writing in it, it is one of the 99. I can call it 99 qualities, names of Allah, or instead of that I can call it like attributes. When it says attributes, Allah, the most perfect in everything. So the all-knowing, the most merciful, the all-patient, the almighty, the creator. You know what? I want to call myself the most merciful guy in the world. Anyone if you can stop me? I know myself. I'm really merciful. I'll bring my friends to you. They will tell you Abdullah is the most merciful guy in the world. If you want more, I have evidence. I have my friends. It's not enough? You know why they said Abdullah is the most merciful guy in the world? They only know me and they only know them. What about the others? Who knows all of them? The one who creates all of them. And believe me, the one who creates all of them will be most merciful than us and ourselves and then everybody. We are merciful, I have no doubt, but he's the most merciful. And that's applied in the all 99 attributes. As a type of respect to these attributes, if you want to use it for yourself in Islam, you can use it, but you have to use 2 components. The first one, it will be Arabic abd, which it means in English, servant of. It will be like A, B, D, U, L. The second part will be one of these 99 attributes in the wall. My name is Abd, servant of Allah. Servant of Allah or servant of God. I told you about my friend Abd Ar-Rahman. Abd, servant of Ar-Rahman, it means the most merciful. If you want to use the attributes, use the 2 components. You want to use another name, feel free. David, George, Alexander, no problem, go ahead. If you use this one, you have to use the 2 components. You see the flowers in the wall? The frame of each flower, it's like a 12 carats of a white gold. Behind the wall, we have a fiber optics light connects the flowers together. If you have a chance and you saw the money in this country or the currency, you'll find Arabic writing in the money. The one who did the writing in the money, the same one who did the writing here in this wall. He's the money guy. No relation between the money and the 99 attributes, but he's a good one. You have a good handwriting, so we do it here. My handwriting is better than nobody knows about me. This is the problem. You know about me, you'll ask me to do it here. Give me 5 minutes more, we'll talk about the clock there. Then we'll be done with the tour. If you have any questions, we'll answer it after the tour. So let's talk about it. We said that the Muslims, they are praying every day 5 times in a day, and we agree that they can pray wherever they are. But in which times you have to pray? Are these times are fixed or changeable? That's what I will be talking about now. 5 times to pray, you have to do it. But if you want to do more, you can do more as much as you want. When I said prayer, I don't mean the supplications. I mean the physical movement. If you saw them when they are praying before, they are kneeling, standing. That's what I mean by the 5 prayers. The first praying time, it will be the one on the top. It's written now Fajr. It's like 4:44 in the early morning. See it? Fajr. Fajr in Arabic, it means in English the dawn prayer. Do you know the dawn time? Dawn, it is the limit between the night and the day. I lived like 1,000 years ago with my grandfathers. I was there with them. They didn't have any BlackBerry, no watches, no iPhones, nothing. How they can decide something like that? The limit between the night and the day. It will be the first light comes in the sky before the sunrise time. If you wake up at this time, you'll find a thin line of white lighting coming from the sky. Here how they decided in the past, before the sunrise time. We have 5 times to pray. How many times in the clock? 6. So one is made up, one is optional. If you want to do it, do it. If you don't want to do it, skip it. No. Why do you have 6 times there if you have only 5 times to pray? Because each one of the 5 times daily prayers of the Muslims, each one of the prayer times, it's have a range, it's have a limit, it's have flexibility of the timing. It is not only the time which is there on the screen, and if you didn't pray in that time, you missed the prayer. No, you still have flexibility. Even the prayer, it will take only like 5 to 10 minutes, depends on you and how long you pray, but you still have flexibility. So look now, the second time there, it's written now Shuruq. It's like 6:10, 6:09 in the early morning. Shuruq in Arabic, it means sunrise time. Sunrise time, it's not a praying time. So why they have it there? Because the limit of the Fajr or the dawn prayer, you can do it from Fajr to before Shuruq or the sunrise time. That is the flexibility what I told you about it. Understand it now? So Shuruq is here just to give you the limit of timing, not a praying time. Second praying time to be in the third screen there, Dhuhr. It's like 12:18, 12:17. Dhuhr, it means the noon prayer. It is when the sun in the zenith, the sun in the center of the sky. So in the past, look to the shadow. Will be no shadow in front of you. Then they will call for the break. Third praying time, the one at the bottom. It's like around 3:48 p.m. 3:48 p.m. Asr, it means afternoon prayer. How I can decide the afternoon time if I live in the past? By the shadow or the shade. What's happened to the shadow? It will be in the back, and it will be the same with your height. If you are 195 centimeters like me, my height or your shadow will be around 195 centimeters. You know my height now? I'm 195. Okay? I promise you that I will tell you about my height. Fourth praying time, visit me next year. I will try to reach to 2 meters. I don't promise you, but I will do my best. Fourth praying time, 6:25. Within 15 minutes from now, Maghrib, it means the sunset. When the sun is going down, no sun in the sky, it will be a sign for the sunset or Maghrib prayer. Fifth one and the last one, Isha, it's like 7:55 p.m. Isha, it means the evening prayer. At the evening time, no sun. What they will use to decide this prayer time now? The moon changed from day to day. Sometimes crescent, sometimes nothing. It cannot depend on the moons. But after the sunset, still some reddish light in the sky. They called it the dusk. When the dusk disappears completely, they have a dark night. Here's the timing of the evening prayer. If you understand what I said right now, you will understand that all of the 5-time daily prayers, it depends on the position of the sun in the sky. So it makes sense to be changed from day to day, from summer to winter, from place to place. Last month in August, I've been in Bosnia, you know Bosnia. The evening prayer, Isha, when it's been dark night, it's like 9:30 in the local time, around 10 o'clock. Here we have it like 7 something in our local time. Different. You know Abu Dhabi and Dubai, it is one country. They have 2 minutes different in the praying time. Abu Dhabi, today to tomorrow changed. Some of you will ask me, why you are confused like that? Keep it one time, fixed, and you pray in it every day. Why you confuse yourselves? When they are doing something like that, you know what's happened? They call it the prayer. It's supposed to be going around the whole world, 24 hours without any stop. Follow the sun to give you this idea. So it's supposed to be in each second there is someone praying in the world. These things are easy. It's still something important. What about if there are some Muslims in the North Pole? What's happened in the North Pole? No sunset 6 months in a year. They have to do Maghrib and Isha, sunset and the evening prayer. To be honest with you, nobody is there. If someone is doing hunting there who says, look, he wants to pray. How he can decide the prayer times? The Muslims, they have a big rule in their religion. It's always teaching them, as long as you know your case physically. So you know what's your ability. You're only the one who know your ability. And you know the environment around you, what's going around you. So you know what you can do. So do it in the best way you can do it, because you're only the one who know your case, and he's the only one who will ask you about that. In the North Pole, our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he teaches us we have 2 options. The first one, look to the nearest country from you, to be like Iceland or Norway, at which time they are praying, pray at the same time. If I don't have a mobile phone, I don't have signal, what I can do? Also do your best, look to the sky, try to estimate. You think it is the proper time for prayer now, pray in this time. And the interesting thing, you know what's the interesting thing? Nobody will ask you, why you pray now or you pray after 5 minutes? Exceptions, do your best between you and the one who creates you. You want something clear? when they are doing, I saw them when they are doing their prayers, I saw them, they are doing physical movements, like they are kneeling, standing, they are praying in the ground, they are sitting. I told them, I can't do these things for you. I have two problems. One in my back, other problem in my knees. I can't at all. That means I will not be praying. He says, no, you'll be praying. How? Sit in the chair. Imagine that I'm sitting in the chair. This one will be like when you are kneeling. This one when you are praying in the ground. And we'll keep saying your supplications and the prayers and the reading of the Holy Book of Quran while you're sitting in the chair, because the prayer is not just movements. I told them, no. I am someone in the hospital. I just finished a surgery. I can't even sit. They told me while you are lay out in your bed, use your head. I told them I can't move anything from my body. Told me use your heart. I told them I can't use my heart. They told me you are already out of service. You can't use your heart. You are already buried in the grave. Okay. But if you are 20 years old guy like me, still young, you came to the mosque, you pray in the chair. Believe me, nobody will ask you why you pray in the chair, even if you are 20 years old. Maybe you have broken leg. Who knows about that? You and the one who created you. So do it in the best way you can do it. Not only the prayers, everything in your life. The clock there put the magic. Nowadays they are using the astronomy science. So sunrise, sunset, it's been known for 1,000 years from now. It's been in the softwares. For example, if you check in your iPhone, they have application, they call it iPay. You download it, it tells you here's the praying time in this city, here's the praying direction. It's flexible. The clock there, it's made in UK, especially for this mosque, 10 clocks around the whole mosque. It's made from the stainless steel and it's inlaid with the mother of pearl. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the last part of my tour today. If you still have any questions for me, how old I am, where I'm studying, what I'm doing, anything you want to ask me, don't be shy from me. For your information, just do not be shy from me. I'm not a big scholar in Islam. I'm just a civil engineer. I work in Abu Dhabi airport. You know what we are doing in Abu Dhabi airport? We are building the new midfield terminal. It is the third largest airport in the world. We're supposed to be in this building 17th of July 2017, 7 o'clock in the morning. So it's like 17/7, 17/7, put that in your minds. So if you have any questions for a civil engineer, I can answer it. Something about the mosque. I'm still studying, by the way. Master degree in project management, so I can help you with the project management. If you want anything in your minds, ask me. If I have the answer, I will share it with you. I don't have the answer, I will guide you to the one who can help you with that. I don't have problem to not answer questions. This is, so I will be, after we return the devices, I will be there for the next 10 minutes. You can come to me, ask me anything you want. We have two small requests before we finish this mosque, before we finish this tour. This mosque, we chose it last year to be within the 10 most attraction places in the world, according to TripAdvisor. So they need to know about your feedback in the mosque today, from the parking to the parking again, Tell them about anything happened with you. If you have a nice comments about your guide, I really appreciate your comments, but please don't write my name. If you have something bad about me, put my name, no problem. Abdullah, the tall guy, I know myself, I can't read that one, okay? This is the mosque request. If you want to do it, you are free to do it. If you don't want to do it, no problem. The second request, it is my own request, and I want a promise that you will do it for me. If you like this place, I think you like it. If you like this tour, if you like my face, when you see my face in your photos, in your pictures, try to smile. I like your smiles during the tour. This is the whole target behind me, behind the whole tour, to put the smile in your faces. Take your smile from here, deliver it all over the world. This is the best communication language that you can have it nowadays. I hope that I was able to put a smile in your faces today. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, to join Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque public tours. It was really such a pleasure to be with you all for today. The people who are visiting this country for vacation, enjoy your time and have a safe flight back home. The people who live here, enjoy your life, enjoy your working if you are working like me, enjoy your studying if you are studying like me. Thank you very much for listening and have solved.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Which background you want?
This is the evening calling to prayer. Watch your step. This is the food court. One of several food courts in this mall. This is fast food. This is 11 p.m. on a weekend. Here we are, Yas Mall, 30 minutes to closing on a weekend.
Move faster. Faster, man. Go faster. Go faster, man. Lean more.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح